I feel like your choice in partners, like your choice, your taste in who you choose to be involved with, or your just your taste in general, who you're attracted to, has a lot of people baffled. Like, people are just like scratching their heads a little bit, like, why are you interested in that person? Like, I don't know why this energy is coming in, but it's just like you have, I feel like this message is not going to resonate for everyone, but you have a very like universally attractive face and body. Like, you're very, I wouldn't really say conventionally attractive. Like, you could be definitely, but it's like you're very attractive in general. And it's like also the way you present yourself is very like normal on the outside, okay? But it's like I feel like your inner world is in direct contrast with that. Like, I see Aquarius energy with a little bit of like the moody side of Cancer, okay? So it's like you have a very, very rich inner world, and a lot of people just could never understand you and never understand your inner world because you have a very like it's a very broad, very high level way of thinking, and that translates to how people relate to you or how you relate to other people. Like, you're very closed off. Like, you like to observe more than you like to engage and participate. And I see that you are in your head a lot as well. And you could like come off like, look at this, like this Queen of Wands energy. This is Leo energy here. Or sorry, this is, I don't know why I said Leo, but Aries energy. You could be any of the fire signs really, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. But it's definitely like you are in your own world, but like the way you come across to people is that you are like you have your shit together, even though maybe internally there's like a whole nother situation going on. And for some reason you you could have had a lot of people who are conventionally attractive like pursue you or be interested in you, but you literally never even thought about them that way. Like, you had no interest in them whatsoever. And because we have like the Emperor in reverse here, and then we have the World card and the Fool in reverse. It's like I feel like you don't really go for people who maybe society would typically ship you with, right? Like, people like the person who people would suspect or just like assume that you'd be into, like, that's not your type at all. And I feel like it really makes people like question for some reason. I don't know why. They're really like, it's just a natural thing for people to wonder, right? Like, maybe based on your track record, based on your dating history, or based on like who your friends are even, or who you associate with. They're just like, they don't really understand it, but you really don't, you're not a shallow person. You don't go for the surface level. And I think you find beauty in everyone. And you really need someone who can swim at the same like depth as you can, who has the same emotional and even like mental range as you, okay? Because with Aquariuses, I'm seeing like, honestly, when I think of Aquarius, I think sapiosexual. Like, they're very turned on by the mind, and you really need someone who can like stroke your like mind, you know what I mean? Like, it's like for you it's not about the body, it's definitely, or the face, it's 100% the mind. Like, someone needs to get into your mind and explore your mind in order for you to feel any sort of attraction to them. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, because you really don't present as somebody who is a super deep thinker or like even unconventional or even intelligent. I hate to say that's so rude, but it's like people don't necessarily assume that you are intelligent. They don't really assume that there's even a brain in your head, because you really are that damn attractive. Honestly, people think you're like a bonehead or like a meathead or just like a, you know what I mean, like a bird brain. Like, they really underestimate you a lot, because you also could present very like if you're like a woman, like very cute, very like non-menacing, like very pleasant, okay? Very pleasant. And if you're not, if you're like a man, then you could be someone who just presents as like a typical everyday bro, you know what I mean? Like just someone who is maybe not into like I heard finer things in life, but someone who's into like the more like intellectual or academic side of things. Even like you could have a lot of really deep specific interests, but like you would never guess that about you. And so people are very surprised when they actually get to know you, but I feel like you don't really let people in. So how people are judging you is based on the relationships that you choose to have, or the people who you're interested in, people you go on dates with, things like that. Or even if you are in a relationship, it's like that's who they use to judge you, and they're baffled by it. Honestly, they don't understand. But again, the people who don't understand are the people who you could never be interested in, because they obviously don't see beyond the surface, and you 100% do. You need someone who has as rich of an inner world as you do, someone who introspects like you do, because we have the Cancer, the Moon card coming out here. You have a lot of deep emotions, and you need someone who can match your energy, who can match that depth and that range as well. Like I feel like part of your reasoning for presenting as like innocuous and as like pleasant and like your typical average person is because you can enjoy those things that everybody else enjoys, but it's like you can't be with someone who just enjoys those things. You need someone who has more up their sleeve, okay? And definitely picking up strong sapiosexual vibes, okay? Like you need somebody who can teach you things, okay? Like if you're smarter than someone, like you could never be interested in them. You're just like, no, not a turn on at all. That's a big turn off. So they don't have to be smart in the same things as you, but definitely someone who can teach you things and who you respect their mind. Like that's somebody who definitely is your type. Yeah, you need someone who can teach you a thing or two. Okay, so I don't know what this message was, but it was just really coming through that like people are just like confused about your dating life and confused about the people you choose to be in relationships with. But I think it's really that simple. Like you need someone who stimulates your mind above all else. Like without the mind, like that's step number one. That's the bare minimum. If they can't get through your mind and tease your mind a little bit, then it's not happening. Plain and simple.